all my beautiful souls, and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the beautiful sign of Libra for the month of October 2022. I hope all my Libra friends are doing well. I hope the month of October has started out strong for you. Do let me know in the comment section how things are going. As you do remember, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Eight of Swords clarified by Judgment. In the challenging position, we have the Two of Pentacles clarified by the Ace of Swords. In the present position, we have the Nine of Swords clarified by the King of Cups, and in the future outcome position we do have Strength clarified by the Eight of Wands. So let's get right into this spread. Clearly in the past there was something that troubled you greatly. There was something that caused you anxiety. There was something that made you really have a lot of worry, and it does seem to me that you may have felt trapped in a situation or in a relationship where you did not feel that you received, the amount, the respect that you wanted, or the understanding, the support, and you may have lost a little bit of a perspective on a situation or on a relationship, and you may have even kind of been, self-critical as well. And so the Judgment here in the clarifying position is interesting, because the Judgment is all about reflection. It's all about awakening and realizing that, you are moving in the direction that you don't want to move. And so Judgment is all about having to make a decision. Maybe you were really anxious about having to make a decision because maybe you were avoiding creating bad blood or confrontation or argument, or maybe you were trying to kind of keep everyone happy while kind of achieving your dreams. But the Judgment is all about self-assessment, and it is one of those life-altering choices, switching jobs, moving out of a residence where you have lived for quite a while. But you had to set yourself free, because the Eight of Swords is all about setting yourself free. There is a path in front of you, but when you are absorbed in anxiety, you may not necessarily see it, and things may appear a little bit more negative than they truly are. It's that internal turmoil. It's that internal kind of going back and forth. Should I pursue this? Should I let it go? Should I pursue this? Should I let it go? And so that, is important. That's when you kind of meditate. That's when you find that moment of stillness, because what you have to do is internally realize, your place in the universe. What you have to do is internally realize all the things that are available to you and are given to you, and what you can do with them in order to progress forward and to propel forward. And maybe adopt a better perspective regarding, things come and go. We tend to want to hold on to things because we don't want change. But when you kind of work with being flexible, work with having a changing perspective, then you realize that you're actually in charge of your own destiny. And so it does take a certain amount of awareness. We all think that we are aware, but as we get older, our awareness increases. You cannot be on the same level of awareness when you're 40 versus when you're 20, because not everything is about intelligence. There is all kinds of intelligence. There is the logical intelligence, the rational intelligence, what we know is kind of like the IQ, but there is also an emotional intelligence known as EQ. And one one should not be underestimated over the other. It's important to remember that our awareness very much so increases regardless of success. And sometimes the success that we think we want actually turns out to be much of a bigger burden. And so that is important to aware. This difficult situation, this difficult decision is behind you because the decision has already been made. However, you may be going back and forth, sort of questioning yourself if you made the correct choice, if you will. Now, in the challenging position, we do have the Two of Pentacles clarified by the Ace of Swords. The Two of Pentacles tells me that, you may be lacking in balance. Balance is very important because it helps us stay sort of afloat, if you will. Balance is very important because it reminds us that we have to pay equal attention to things like our health, to things like our well-being, mental well-being, to things like, do we have enough finances to cover the obligations we have taken on, and so on and so forth. Do we show enough affection to the people that matter the most in our life? And so you may be overextending yourself. You may be doing too much, which creates an idea of being overwhelmed, and then you kind of feel like you're in a chaos, if you will. The Ace of Swords tells me that there's not a lot of communication coming from people that are around you. The communication is off. That's why the Ace of Swords is in the clarifying position. So the best thing to do is to just go with the flow. When you surrender and you just go with the flow without necessarily creating resistance. Well, I want it this way. Well, no, I want it my way. When you go with the flow and you do the best you can with things that kind of come your way, you're going to achieve so much more progress than you would when you create resistance. But sometimes resistance is appropriate. It is based on an individual situation, kind of like a case-by-case basis. Obviously, the pentacles represent our finances, so do make sure that you are very responsible with the finances that you have. Make sure there's more coming in rather than going out. Make sure that you're saving money. Also, learn how to invest. Sometimes you can call different companies like one of those 401k places. I think I've had Fidelity. I think I've had John Hancock. I think I've had... And they can help you invest $500, $1,000, something that is doable and something that is small. Invest in CDs. Learn how to treat money in a smart way. Establish a budget. Don't purchase things on credit. Don't go after big purchases that you may not necessarily be able to afford. So it's important to have a healthy and balanced relationship with money. Don't try to achieve too much too fast, because what is yours cannot be taken away, because it is yours. The universe is aligned in such a way that what is yours is always going to be yours. In the present position, we have the Nine of Swords, which again, that worry card, that anxiety card, that internal struggle, can't sleep, punishing yourself. In some extreme cases, they can be like a literal self-loathing. Why, did I do this? Or why did I say that? Or, why did I allow something? Remember, the worst thing you can do is beat yourself up. That is just digging more and into a hole. You need to treat yourself with some responsibility. You need to treat yourself with some respect, some dignity, and stay away from negative self-talk. This is why meditating is very helpful. That's why finding the moment of stillness. That's why staying above the fray, staying above the drama, staying above the argument. That doesn't mean you don't have to participate, but, realizing you have energy to protect. You have your intellectual energy to protect. You have your emotional energy to protect. You have a lot of wealth that you may not even realize, because not all wealth is money in the bank, So that is important to be aware of. The King of Cups is someone who is going to provide emotional support, because the King of Cups knows how to stay calm even when things around him are kind of like a hurricane. You know, he is very grounded. He knows his goals, and there's no kind of events that happen around him that can throw him off. That's why he's king. He understands discipline. He understands structure. He has ascended the throne with, you know, very strong skills in his pocket. And so the King of Cups can be friend that you have, or a relative that you have, or a co-worker that you have, who wishes you well, who provides good vibrations, who helps you kind of keep going, regardless of, you know, the amount of worry that you have. And it could be that the King of Cups is a Scorpio as well. Now, in the future outcome position, everything is going to be fine, because you have strength and you have the Eight of Wands. And strength, when you have that card appear in the future outcome position, it means that you will have control. You will be in control through internal discipline, through patience, through understanding, through managing your emotions, through managing your reactions, because there's a difference between a reaction and a response. Look for signs when you feel a little bit lost. Signs get louder until you notice them. The universe understands how to sense signs really well. The universe is a very streamlined system. So if you feel like you don't understand, or you're a little bit confused, then maybe you need to pay closer attention. But the Strength card is a major arcana card that's telling me you will dominate. And you will surprise yourself, dear Libra. You are resilient, you are experienced, you have incredible skills and knowledge. So show that. And things are going to move fast for you, because you do have the Eight of Wands in the clarifying position. That strength is going to take over, and it's going to help guide you where you need to be. Let's see what we can clarify with a energy oracle card that I pulled. We have woman holding a coin. So you have someone who's going to provide financial advice, financial support. There's someone who's going to help you prioritize. There's someone who's going to help you and make sure that you have what you need. Now, the Shaman's Dream Oracle card is Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. Actually, have never received that card before. I've never actually pulled that card, but what it stands for is finding the way home. When the lost compass appears, it is a sign that you need to find your way back home, back to your source and center, relying on your intuition to arrive there. Be wary of the signs telling you to turn here or there, or to avoid this or that person, because the outward indicators are not very reliable right now. Be careful not to believe all the advice you are receiving. Rely instead on your innate sense of direction and guidance, and use your homing instinct to lead you true. Make this your mantra: love me or leave me. The lost compass is a blessing in disguise, because you sometimes have to lose your bearings and find yourself afresh to discover a new course. True north never changes, so reset your way to your heart compass and trust your deepest feelings, even when others do not support them. Remember that you are not lost. You simply do not know where you are going right now. Lost is a state of mind. Not knowing where you're going is an opportunity to find a way to a new wonderful month in October. This is your time. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Enjoy. You are celebrating. This is not the time to worry. You have the strength. You will surprise yourself with the amount of things you will accomplish this month. So focus and go forward. I hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Libra. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Please don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I will see you next time.